He's been begging to do Deadpool for years.
He has.
He was the perfect Deadpool.
He was. And I think, whilst I know there has been some criticism about the story of the film, that's not really what the character's all about. It's not like a Captain America where you go to see their internal struggle against society or whatever. It's a film you go to see because it's fun.
It just makes you feel good. Like, sometimes it doesn't have to be all these dark and gloomy, it has to mean something. Sometimes you can just literally go to the cinema just to have fun.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's been lost in cinema recently.
Yeah.
To put it into perspective, I took my flatmate Sam to see this film. I had to pay for him because he was that against going to see this film. But I took him to see it, and even though he is an avid hater of comic book films, he loved it.
Well, that's the thing. I took one of my mates, and yeah, she doesn't really get the whole superhero thing, but we must have giggled the whole way through.
Yeah,
like literally the whole way through. But on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a website that always have reviews, and they're quite harsh critics, I think.
They are very harsh critics.
They've given it an 84%, which is pretty amazing for them.
Yeah.
And it's also got an 8.4 out of 10 on IMDb. It's the second... What was it? The second highest?
I think it's the second highest grossing R-rated film of all time, behind Matrix Reloaded, which I think had about 720 million box office takings.
It's amazing. Like, to think that much money can come out of like one film.
Yeah, I mean, we've reached sort of the age where the biggest films are all breaking that $1 billion barrier, which not really many superhero films have. I think Avengers might be the only superhero film so far to have broken that 1 billion box office takings. Although with the huge list of superhero films this year, obviously with Civil War, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, X-Men Apocalypse, there are others that there are so many that I can't even remember them all.
No, there are loads coming out this year, and up until 2019 really.
Yeah. But,
so basically, you're going to probably, by the end of next year even, you're going to be sick of just seeing superhero CGI everywhere.
Yeah.
But we won't be.
I won't be, no. No, I think there are quite a few people out there that are already sick of the superhero format, but I think while it's still making, in a lot of cases, hundreds of millions of dollars, they're not going to stop doing it. And I think as long as the fans are calling for more, it's something that should be pursued, I guess.
Definitely. Even though Ryan Reynolds is a big actor these days.
Yeah.
However, he just really wanted to be in it. So it was a case of they didn't have to bag a massive A-list celeb to make this film work. It just works. And I think that's really refreshing, because these days you have so many films where, I mean, think of things like This Is the End, you know, where you've got James Franco, Seth Rogen, Channing Tatum. I mean, literally, if you drop Channing Tatum in any movie, a girl's going to see it. No, I do love Deadpool, and if you haven't gone to see it yet, definitely go. But I wouldn't take your gran.
No.
If we're going to put it lightly, let's
I
just
think
say
that is probably the best way to describe this film. It's a film that you probably shouldn't take your gran to see.
No, but it takes the mick out of itself, and
it does.
You know, superhero films and films in general, it's just, you know, you've got a lot of breaking the fourth wall where the actor or the character turns to the screen, and, you know, Ryan Reynolds does it perfectly. He'll take the mick out of himself, he'll take the mick out of the audience, the director, everything.
And I think it sort of takes on that idea, the rise of sort of the light-hearted comic book film.